Hi, you guys. This is Ajua with Beyond Infinite. I am winding down for the day. Love you. Peace, beauty, love, blessings, abundance. Okay, I love y'all. Today we are going to talk about virtual reality, the multiverse, and social media. Okay. I do my TikToks and they're like a 3 minute, and I don't feel like I can get everything in within those 3 minutes. So I'm getting it in now, okay, on my YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. So let's get right into it. I got a lot to share, and I'm very thankful for this. Okay, so now, of course, okay. Hi, I'm so goofy. I'm sorry. I'm winding down. You winding down. You get a little tired. You get a little goofy. It's like whoa. I'm like, breathe, breathe. But yes, virtual reality. I want to say premonition / astral projection / visit to the multiverse or virtual reality, or however you want to put it. Now, when I first got there, okay, because this is the thing, I don't really do the social media. I don't do the whole virtual reality thing. I don't do the multiverse thing. But I do travel to these places so I can experience them for you. One thing I do ask my higher self and God is that I can be able to experience these things for you, so that I can be able to teach you what's going on. So even though some of my experience may seem, I wouldn't say bad in terms, but just so I can get the full extent to what's happening in life, I feel like each experience is still beautiful for me, So I did travel to multiverse, virtual reality, whatever you want to call it. And when I first got there, I was in a lower level of consciousness state, okay? When most arrive there, they are in a lower level of consciousness, because the things that are over there don't bring you up. Okay, they don't. It's like games. You ever heard of a spiritual game? It's not too many spiritual games out here, being honest. So now you're fully penetrated into another creation of somebody else's universe. And when they create that for you, unfortunately, they can be a lower level of consciousness. Not saying that that's always bad, So when I first got there, I was stuck, repeating the same cycle, not knowing that I was in this trance. And I wouldn't say trance, but assimilation, okay? And while I'm in assimilation, the only thing that got me unstuck, because I wasn't there for long, I wasn't stuck for long, was because I am on a higher state of consciousness. And because I do know myself, I know that I wouldn't be in a constant state of negativity or lower consciousness. So I instantly snapped out of it. And when I snapped out of it, there was someone like me, of course, and I love this. These are other guys or other souls like mine, which we end up taking these journeys together, and it's so beautiful because we end up teaching each other on the other side. So as I'm snapping out of it, I have this other energy that says, "Oh my goodness, look, she's like me," female, by the way. And I'm like, "What you mean?" And she's like, "You're not like the other souls. You're not stuck in this repeat simulation. You're not trapped." And to be honest, it sounds a lot like the quote unquote Christian's hell, where you're stuck in this negative state, reliving the same thing over and over again, almost like a torture, And if you do not rise above that, you will be stuck there. If you do not be one with God and understand your higher consciousness, you will be stuck there. And that's the downside of the multiverse, because sometimes, even though the other side may seem so far-fetched, the other side and this side is actually one and the same, You just see things for what it actually is on the other side, versus things here may be masked and you don't know what it is, or you can't break it down into ways. Or you might think, oh, this is fun and games, but in reality, it's really tearing your soul apart. See, for example, you may drink alcohol over here, and in reality, Over here, you might go, oh, party, turn up, we drinking alcohol, but you drink alcohol over there, you might see demons ripping your soul apart. So it just doesn't, when you go over there, nothing is hidden. Everything is, you're aware at all times, you know? So, going back, sorry, I done ventured off again, love to talk. But I just want you to really understand in detail what's going on. So as I'm getting out of this state of consciousness and this other energy sees me and they realize I'm like them, they start to describe what's going on. And they're like, listen, you know, if you get shot at, you won't die. And if you go through these things, you won't die. And I'm like, really? And I'm like, okay. So I see someone, and they actually start shooting at me, and they shoot at me, and they shoot me, and I disappear, and I come right back. Like a real video game. And I'm like, oh, shoot, you know. So the same thing happened to the girl or the energy that was there, and she gets shot and she comes back, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And she's like, you good? I'm like, yeah, you good? You know, you good? You all right? And she's like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. So now we traveling throughout this multiverse / virtual reality thing, and it's like different types of games everywhere, giants in different places, you know, just different games. And as we're traveling and we checking things out, we're also elevating because we're mastering this other universe, multiverse. We're mastering it. So as we master it, we start to rise. Now, this is the beautiful thing of the multiverse, because they realize, just in real life, once you begin to master, you rise above all. Okay? Once you become master of self, you rise above all. And towards the end of my premonition or astro into this multiverse of virtual reality, towards the end, I began to rise above it all, realizing that everything I was my own creation. I can create, and now I'm creating in someone else's universe, making it my own. So that's the beautiful thing. The beautiful thing is, once you have knowledge of self, nothing can hinder you, nothing can stop you. You become, what's the word I'm looking for? Untouchable. Okay? You become untouchable within this essence, you know? So I really want to break this down to you, because video games and all these things can really put your subconscious mind into a trance. And I see a lot of things now where, you know, I don't watch movies or shows often, but I always see where they try to trap your soul or take your subconscious mind and make you, quote unquote, live on forever. And though that may seem like a far-fetched concept, and to a certain degree it is, but honestly, to a certain degree, it's also not. Okay? So be mindful, be aware, be careful. When I say be careful, be full of care. You know, don't be careless. Don't just go into these things thinking, oh, it's just a game, or, oh, it's just that, or it's just this. A lot of these things here that we don't see as reality could easily turn into reality. And I need y'all to know that from the highest extent, you know. And I'm happy to be able to share this with you. I love you always, 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 always. I love you. You know, so peace. That's all I can say for now. Peace. And I hope you take this message and remember always your higher self, you know. Everything has a good and a bad, and depending on what you look at, how you look at it, some things are just is, you know. Well, most things just are. The only thing that changed what just is your perception. Okay? Master it. Rise above the all. I love you. Have a good night.